Hey everybody, this is Kip Johnson again, Jones Group Realtors. This video is about things to know before you move out of state. If you lived in Oregon for your whole life and you've seen what Oregon is kind of becoming, a lot of people are moving out of state because of the problems Oregon and mainly the city of Portland or the city of Eugene or Salem are having. So if you're one of those people moving out of state, this video is for you. The number one thing to know before you move out of state is start planning way in advance. What's this mean? Well, if you lived in your house for 20, 30 years, like a lot of people have, you have a lot of stuff to move. So what you want to do is you want to start having garage sales a few months in advance, starting to get rid of stuff. Only figuring out what you really need and what you really want to move with. Once you get an offer on your home, you want to schedule your mover, or you want to schedule the way that you're going to transport everything. Now, if that's going to be a U-Haul or one big moving company and a truck, get those scheduled right away, because right now there's a lot of people moving out of the state, and so the movers can be really backed up. So you want to get that scheduled right away. The next thing that you want to do before you move out of state is I would highly suggest using the pod service. Pod service, especially for people that are moving, that have lived in the house a long time, is really important. If you're not moving for, a month or 2 months, then what you want to do is you want to use that pod service, because what they'll do is they'll come drop a pod off for you. You can fill up that pod in your own time, and then they'll go put it in storage. Then when you go and move into that next house, they'll drop off those pods in whatever order you want them to. The big thing with this is that if you have a moving truck, you're only going to have that moving truck for a few days, and you're going to have to load all your stuff up in that moving truck really crazy. Man, you hear that horse in the background? He's going nuts. You want to use those pods so that you're not being rushed by moving all your stuff into one big truck so fast. Plus, when you get there, you can take your time at taking it out of storage at a reasonable amount of time, so that you're not having all your stuff sit in your garage. You can move into your new house at a slow, steady pace. Make sure everything goes where you want it to go. The next thing you want to do when you're moving out of state is make sure that you get all your utilities turned on in your new house before you get there. Now, there's nothing worse than moving across the country with a bunch of little kids, and you're driving across the country, and you're in the car for 20 hours, and by the time you get to your house, Jimmy's got to take a poop, and you got no water. You might get in trouble. So you want to make sure that your utilities are on, right when you get to the house. Also, you want to make sure that your utilities are canceled in the house you're moving out of. Now, you can get most of your utilities from your title company. They'll send you over a list of the utilities that you need and the numbers for you to call. This could be a great thing to do while you're driving, making sure that you get all your utilities turned on while you're taking that long trip. Okay, the next thing you want to do if you're moving out of state, and if you're moving from one state to another state, is you want to close on different days. Close on your house in the first state, a few days before the other state, just to make sure that everything lines up, and then you're not in a huge rush to make sure that you get everything signed in one day. And also, you want to make sure that if you're using different realtors moving from Oregon out of the state, you want to make sure that those realtors are in communication. Now, a good way to do this is, for my clients, when they move out of state, I try to refer my clients on to a well-known, great realtor in that area that I know is going to have great communication, and that I know is going to be very professional and get everything set up and make sure that your closing is on time, so that when you do get there, we can make sure that you are able to move into that house as soon as possible. The next thing that you want to do before you move out of state is make sure that any important documents aren't on a moving truck. Stuff like passports, stuff like birth certificates, IDs. You don't want to have that stuff on a moving truck or away from you. I would have a secure place to put that stuff that would be with you, in the car with you, or that you're traveling with, just to give yourself as much protection as possible from losing those important documents. Okay, the next tip for you people that are moving out of state, wherever you're moving, I would highly suggest living in an apartment or renting a house for the first 6 months to a year. just because, just so you can get as familiar with the place you're moving as possible, and know exactly where you want to live. You don't want to be moving into a new house and then 2 years later hate the area you're in and you want to really be in a different part of town. So I would highly suggest renting a house or an apartment for the first 6 months. And I know everybody thinks that you can learn, as much as possible about a town on YouTube, or you can figure out where you want to really live by just visiting the place for a few days. But really, you have to live in the place to really understand the areas and what kind of different aspect those areas kind of give you. So I would highly suggest renting before you actually buy a house. The next tip for moving out of state is understand where you're moving and why you're moving. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. Just because you're moving out of one state to hopefully get away from something, or you want to move for a specific reason, you don't know what the problems are going to be in the state that you are moving to. Are the taxes going to be completely different? Is the political climate going to be completely different that you're just not used to? Every place you move is going to have problems, so make sure that you do a lot of research before you move, and you make sure that you're really comfortable with where you're moving to. The next tip for moving out of state is understand how far your money's going to go. Do a lot of research. Dive into the cost of living in that area. Dive into what taxes are. Do they have what their property taxes are? Do they have a sales tax? Are you going to be wanting to put your kids in private school because the school system isn't as good as where you're coming from? You really need to do a lot of research on those different things to make sure that you're comfortable with the money that you have. Thanks so much for watching this video. Again, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Drop me a comment on what kind of videos you'd like to see. If there's any places in the Gresham, Sandy, Boring, Damascus area that I specialize in real estate that you'd like to know more about, shoot me a comment or shoot me a text. You can always shoot me a text at 971-645-2019 for any real estate issues or any ideas you have for videos for me. I greatly appreciate it, and thank you.